Okay, this week's junior message is humility. So I want the kids to be humble. And I told a story to the all of the kids and also the mini warriors about a girl who got handed down a bike from her sister. And she was really excited about telling her friends about this new bike that her sister had. And she didn't know that her two other friends just got a brand new bike. And when she went to show her new friends the bike, the other girls were looking at her and going, "Oh, your bike's old, and we've got brand new bikes, and they've got great tires, and ours are shiny, and yours has scratches." And unfortunately, they didn't have control over their pride, and their pride sort of got a little bit of the better of them, and they weren't very humble. And I sat down with the kids and said, which one would you want to be your friend? How did it differ? Which one had more control over their pride? And really, I spoke to them about being humble. And I guess as a parent, the hardest thing to know is, you want your child to build confidence. You want them to be proud of things. And you don't want to, restrict that pride that they do have. But then sometimes, and some kids in classes that I have a lot of confidence, as you may know, and other kids may not be as confident. So if your child's not as confident, by all means, if they're proud of something, I normally let them go a little bit on the leash, a little bit further, because they need to build that confidence. But then if you have another child that is extremely confident and they get to the point where, their pride is actually doing more damage and they're not realizing the impact that that pride might be having on other people, we need to practice being humble. And I really like to give the analogy of a black belt. Once you become a black belt, it's not like I'm better than you, I know more than you, I have a black belt. I'm really here to serve. And when we talk about the warrior and service and being humble, this is one trait that's really important. Once you reach that higher level, you need to see yourself on an equal playing field as everyone else. There's no difference between the black belt and the white belt. The black belt needs to be very humble and realize, yes, I am powerful as a warrior. And yes, my skill and ability is better than the other people because I've been practicing longer. However, I don't let my pride get the better of me. I'm still humble. And often the white belt looks up to the black belt, and the black belt needs to be humble enough to show them the path, to guide them, to use their knowledge in a useful way, and be humble that they're a black belt. So it's really good this week just to follow up with this chat about being humble. And as I said at the same time, have an understanding as a parent as to where your child is. Is it a child that needs to build a little bit of confidence? And sometimes it's okay to let them go a little bit with their pride because you don't want to restrict that confidence. However, on the other hand, if you have a child that's a little bit more energetic and really out there and maybe using their pride in a way that might be impacting others, it's good to sort of sit down with them and sort of say, well, how is that pride impacting others? Are you humble like the warrior? Once you do have a black belt, you need to actually be serving others and be humble about your achievements. Okay, so that's the message this week is about being humble and practicing being humble. So what I recommend is follow up with the chat with the kids about what it is to be humble. And then more importantly, if it comes up this week or in the following weeks, just give them a little reminder about this chat. Okay. Hope you have a good week and I'll see you in class.